if I'm a small company, right? If I'm a small company, I don't want to do on-prem. I want to do cloud, right? Can I use that securely, right? Can I use OpenAI securely?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. And like you pointed out, there are productivity gains to be had that are really going to be, irresistible for smaller organizations that don't have resources otherwise. So you're going to need to figure out a way to do it. Specifically with the OpenAI API or even ChatGPT, there's some important things you should have in place even at a smaller organization. So first of all, you should have a policy about what sort of data you provide to these types of tools. You should opt out of data sharing or of training on your data with ChatGPT. That's something you can do. It requires an opt out rather than an opt in for the training, which is the opposite model for the API if you're using the user interface. So if you're doing anything that could be potentially sensitive, you'll want to use the OpenAI API because they have a 30-day data retention period, barring any sort of kind of illegal activity. So that's a relatively good window to retain data. Obviously, for security purposes, you wouldn't want the data retained at all on the other end, but they have certain obligations that they need to comply with. And some other things you can do is before entering data into the AI tool, whether it's, we'll use ChatGPT as an example, you can use pre-processing tools. So for example, I launched an open source project called GPT Guard that you can use to strip out anything that looks like an IP address, anything that looks like a name, anything that looks like a credential. You can strip that out of the data and just put in placeholders before you send it to the AI tool, and that will allow you to reduce your risk exposure. But in the end, if a user wants to do something like send a credential or lots of PII to an AI tool, there's not going to be too much you can do about it. So making sure that the users understand the consequences of that, and like you said, they're going to use it one way or the other. So making sure they know how to use it securely is going to be your first line of defense.